He's rolled in. Bees Head, what's going on? Tin Can Gardener. Mrs. Bose Grows. Patty come in a little later. She just keeps flowing. We've now rolled into that 8 o'clock hour where more people show up.
Hello, everybody.
I guarantee you, if I wanted to, I could stay on here until past midnight. But
all right, Boone.
Quite honestly, my voice needs a rest. Good to see you, Bee Heads. And Evans Family Homestead. There it is, Jason Avers. Click that link. We're going to move everybody there. He will start in 4 minutes. For the newbies that just came in, new to this chat, Tin Can Bee Heads, Evans Family,
Garden Variety Show,
Patty Tinker's wife. The conversation will continue.
There we go. There we go. Are we live? Are we live? Looks like we're live. Cool. All right. Hi, everybody. How y'all doing? Hello, Wheat Project, Miss Bose Grows, Gypsy and the Vanilla Gorilla, Lori's World, Simply Jan, Tinker's wife. Hi, Patty. Hi, Boone. I know you're just beat. You've been up and at it. Yeah, I got out the guitar. I didn't promise I was going to play anything good. So I was talking with Jules earlier, and this is the piece that I'm trying to learn how to play, and I'm of course just a horrible hack at playing the guitar. But obviously, I'm not going to play the entire thing. But it's "Night Moves" by Bob Seger, and I'm nowhere near as good as he is. But here we go. Something like that. Anyway, I still got a lot of practice to do on it, and I'm still faking a lot of it. So I'm not gonna torture you with that. Oh, but what I wanted to talk about, once people start filling in here, hey Jamie, what I wanted to talk about was this idea that that Jules kind of got me started on a couple of days ago, which is getting an actual show together and doing hi Mary, and doing an actual show like we were doing television, a gardening variety show, and I wanted to call it a garden variety show. That's the the pun, the play on words is a garden variety show. So an ordinary show, but of course it's going to be centered around gardening. So we'll get some folks on to talk about some vegetables that they like, why they like to grow them, and things like that. And we'll do a regular interview if we can get some big names to come by and say hello. That would be nice. I'd love to interview somebody like a Paul Stamets or a Peter McCoy or a Mark Shepard or even a Curtis Stone if you can find the time. Some of these guys, just hearing what they're doing, what they're up to, how they got to where they're at would be great. Follow that up with gear and gadgets, and we'll talk about some of that equipment that we get. The grow lights, and are the cheap lights worth it? Maybe some things like this little Zimport K310 hand sickle, which I almost cut myself with. That I really love the heck out of it. I know we got some people that do some forge work that are in the community. Maybe they can do something like this and come on and tell us about, how they can make something like this that we can use in our gardens, and we can get our tools from them too, instead of just buying them off of Amazon. That doesn't mean that somebody like Haas Tools or one of those other suppliers can't come on and tell us about some of the cool stuff that they have to offer, like those wheel cultivators that are just so cool, or greenhouses that we can order up and assemble in our backyards, or side yard over here would be a good place for it. After that, we'll follow up with somebody that's got some kind of talent, hopefully more talent than I've got, do a little bit of music or have a little magic show for us or something like that. Any sort of talent that you can do up on screen would be fine. And give me a second here. I'm going to find the link for this stream, and we're going to put it up there on the screen. And if anybody out there has got a camera, an internet connection, I think you can do it from your phone too, but let me just put this up here and we'll see if I can bring somebody on. I've never done this before, so put that up there. Did that show up on YouTube, or do I need to put it over here? Put that out there. Don't forget the neighbor who's growing something weird. Yeah. You can sing, but you're not okay with it. Well, yeah, sing is fine. Sing is fine. If you can hold the tune with a bucket, that'd be great. Okay, you see the link. Okay, did it come up twice or just once? Because I don't know if I put it down here in the StreamYard comment section, if it'll show up on YouTube or if I have to go over to YouTube. I did it on both spots. It showed up. All right. Basically, the way this works is you'll get a hold of me sometime during the week, hopefully, at greencountryagroforestry@gmail.com, and just put show in the subject line. Put show in there, and that'll let me know that, okay, this is about somebody that's wanting to come on the show. And then just tell me what part of the show you want to be in on, and I'll drop that link at the very beginning whenever we first start up, if I remember to do it, hopefully. And you can come up and share the stuff you're passionate about with the rest of us, and it'll be a lot of fun. What's that? You're too old for video. Ah, can't be too old for video. The link will explode. Don't touch it. Oh, okay. All right. And somebody click on that link and see if it's working, because I don't have any idea. Sean turned 53 on December the 9th. Well, you're a little bit ahead of me. It's going pretty good, Danny. Trying out this live stream with StreamYard, seeing if I can get. I'm just creaking back and forth here. Seeing if I can get the links to work. Oh yeah. I think over there at Jules, we were just talking about farmers markets and the rules for farmers markets, and people getting their produce from other places and bringing it into the farmers market. You know, there's not a. Oh, there's Grow Something with Jeff. Let me go ahead and grab him real quick. Let's bring Jeff on. Hey, Jeff.
Hey, how's it going? I figured I'd let you see if your link worked.
Hey, it works. That's awesome. How are you doing up there?
All right. How you doing?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Yeah, our snow melted, so that's good.
Nice, nice. So, what all do you have growing right now?
Outside, I just have garlic in. Downstairs, I have 2 different peppers, a tomato, 2 cucumbers, a bunch of lettuce, and I just started a kohlrabi.
Cool. When you say 2, are you talking about 2 individual plants or 2 different varieties?
Two different plants of the same variety.
Oh, okay. All right. So, are they both the same peppers that you're growing, or are you trying two different types?
Well, I got one I grow all the time. It's kind of like a favorite. I'm growing a Tangerine Dream, and then there's another one that I got this year. It's called an Apple Crisp.
I have not tried either one of them. You're going to have to tell us all about those.
I sure will. The Tangerine Dream is one of my new favorites. So
yeah, this incidentally would be like the very first segment of the Garden Variety Show, is where we get somebody on to tell us about a vegetable that they're growing, why they're excited about it. So hey, here we go. This is perfect.
There you go.
So yeah, Tangerine Dream is the new one.
That's the one I grow. I've grown now for 2 years.
Okay.
It's it's about a 3-4 inch pepper. It's got just a little bit of heat at the back end, but it's great for sauces because I don't like real hot peppers.
Right.
So it's got a fruity taste to it and not a lot of heat.
How does it compare to something like an Anaheim or an ancho chili?
I don't know. I haven't grown either one.
You haven't? Okay.
No.
So I've noticed that ancho chilies, that's called a poblano if you get it green at the grocery store. But as it starts to get red, it gets a little bit of heat to it, but it's nowhere near a hot pepper. But you'll notice some spice to it.
Yeah, this is an orange. It goes green to orange, and there's very little spice at the back end. Nothing hardly at all.
Nice.
Yeah.
And 1 cucumber. Is that 1 cucumber?
2 cucumbers.
2 cucumbers. And those are Which one's the Dashers?
It's a Dasher 2. That
Dasher
came from Danny from Cajun Hydroponics.
Those are the ones that are like pickling size?
No, these are full size.
They're full size slicers. Okay.
Full size slicers, yep. And then I have a lemon ice tomato, which is a dwarf variety. So should grow about 3 to 4 feet tall.
Awesome. Oh, you're growing a lot of stuff that I have never grown. So that's really cool.
And then I have my lettuce. I grow lettuce all the time.
What kind of lettuce are you getting there?
So right now I have Little Gem butterhead lettuce.
All right.
And I just started seeds for iceberg lettuce.
Okay. I'm not supposed to do this, but yeah, iceberg lettuce. Yuck.
I've never grown it, so I figured I'd try it.
Not down about any vegetable that somebody is passionate about growing, but come on, iceberg. Ew.
I've never tried it, so
it's a thing that's gone wrong with modern civilization is all that iceberg lettuce flooding the market.
Well, but this is fresh.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, maybe that makes a difference. I've never had garden fresh iceberg lettuce. Maybe it is good if you grow it yourself. I don't know.
Right? We'll see.
Keep on that stuff, seeing that stuff pop up in salads at the restaurants and go, what is this? This is cellulose and water. What am I, a termite?
Well, it's a nice lettuce if you grill, right? So it's a nice hard head. It's supposed to be a hard head that you can cut, grill it if you grill your salads. I particularly don't, but
I've never grilled a salad.
I've seen it on TV shows. I've never done it either.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess you're going to show us eventually.
Well, I don't know if I'm going to grill it, but I've just heard it's good for grilling.
John's saying this is going to turn into a pepper discussion, apparently.
A pepper? We're talking about lettuce.
Yeah, we're talking about lettuce now, John. Gee.
Peppers are good in salad, but.
All right, what's going on out there? Romaine is what? I missed that.
Good for grilling.
Is it now?
Yeah.
Well, all right then.
Guess you could grill anything if you want.
I suppose, yeah. It's hard to grill those beans, though. They keep on falling through.
You got to put foil, wrap them in foil.
Well, I guess that would be the trick, yeah. Iceberg is notoriously hard to grow, says Mark, Arkansas woodcutter. All right.
Well, that's interesting because mine sprouted pretty quick.
Now, you're growing those in a hydroponic system, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you growing anything in dirt indoors, or is it all hydro at the moment?
I'm growing. Oh, I forgot my micro dwarf tomatoes.
Micro dwarf tomato.
So I got one in hydroponics and one in soil.
Are you doing that because you wanted to do a little side by side, or just ran out of spots to stick a cup?
No, I want to do a side by side so I can do a taste test.
Cool. See which one comes out better.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Boy, my video's way off.
Yeah, there's a bit of a lag.
Oh, there I am.
You're right there. I can see it.
I was clicked on the wrong tab at the top, and I was watching the YouTube stream.
Oh,
and I was like,
yeah.
It's showing me something that I said like 2 minutes ago.
Yeah, but if I go back and forth, I'm going to click on it real quick here. But if I go back and forth, okay, I can actually see the picture better on the YouTube screen, and I can see the chat. But apparently, that's not synced up with everything else. So
yeah,
I think probably it's good to have somebody sitting around to keep track of what's going on in chat, and then whoever's talking can talk. Otherwise, it's easy to get confused.
Yeah, I'm trying to stay up with the chat too.
So Tin Can Gardener's big on the butter crunch. Yeah. I'm not a big lettuce eater. I gotta admit, I don't grow a lot of lettuce in salads. I like to put some spinach in if I've got spinach to put in it, and if I can harvest fresh greens from other sources, I will. I was trying out sweet potato leaves in salads this year.
Oh yeah.
And I grew some ornamental sweet potatoes, so the purple leaves. I could pull those off and throw them in a salad, and they were pretty good. A little bit mucilaginous, not incredibly so, but a little bit, but not a bad flavor at all to add to a salad, along with throw a little fresh green onions and tomatoes and stuff like that in there.
Yeah, got to do microgreens, right? Everybody's doing microgreens for salad.
Oh yeah, that's the big thing these days. And I've got a good plant for growing microgreens out of. I just haven't really got around to playing with it too much. I'm growing this elephant trunk amaranth, which produces a massive, about 2.5 to 3 foot wide if it's fed well, flower head that's going to have over a pound of seeds. And these guys are itty bitty 1 millimeter seeds or less, maybe even a little bit less than a millimeter. But whenever you get them to sprout, they'll grow up and they'll come up with really green foliage at the first with purple undersides.
Yeah.
Cut them off and you put them in a salad. At that point, they're nice and tender and don't have a strong flavor at all. Those would probably go really well as a microgreen or just a baby green for salads. But I haven't really experimented with microgreens as of yet. Although I know they're really popular.
Yeah, I haven't either. I have some sunflower seeds that I'm going to try to do.
All right.
I don't know if you want to drop the link in there again. I think Danny wants to join.
Oh, do I need to put the link in again? I can do that.
Yeah, he couldn't find the link.
All right.
But yeah, I did wheatgrass quite a long time ago.
Now, wheatgrass, is that wheat seeds that you're germinating?
Yeah, it's hard red, I guess.
Okay.
So yeah, I did those, and I mean it's something that you have to juice. You don't eat it.
All right.
And it tastes nasty, but it's supposed to be really good for you.
Jeff, you're not really selling it well here.
Well, but it's good for you. Very good for you. But you got to mix it in something because you don't want to do shots of that.
There's Danny backstage. He's looking around. Let me go ahead and bring him up here. Hi, Danny.
How y'all doing? Oh, the Queen's here too. She's being nosy.
What's happening?
The channel's blowing up. It's the Brad at Hidden Harvest Grow Lights shouted me out. It's like the last almost 2.5 hours I've been replying to comments.
Nice. That's great.
Yeah,
and when you talk to Brad, tell him if he wants to plug some grow lights, we've got a segment in the Garden Variety Show that's made just for him.
I'll pass it on to him.
It's coming up in the second half hour of the show. We want to do people coming in talking about gear and gadgets, and grow lights are definitely a thing people that want to grow indoors are going to need.
Yeah.
So, perfect opportunity for him to plug the product and get some business.
I think this is the last. Well, he's going to announce the winner tomorrow for the last winner of the 12 days of Christmas giveaway for the grow lights, and then he's gonna be taking off till after in January. I think he'll be coming back. He said sometime in January.
Well, that's just fine as frog here.
Yeah.
I'm not really planning on getting the show going proper until after the 1st of January.
Why would you want to get it proper? Then you can have all kind of smart people coming in and stuff.
Well, we already got smart people coming in and stuff.
Yeah, but like the really smart people. You were making a bomb today. I started watching that video before the little boy got home off the school bus. It's like, oh my God. It's like, it's not really a bomb.
I'm not making any bombs. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I know. You said it.
But yeah, people that crazy. That video I posted 6 months ago where I just started the project, and people have been coming around and wanting me to email them instructions on how to go about making black powder and all that good stuff. I'm like, I'm not going to do that.
No.
I'm not going to do that at all. I mean, I can, but I'm not going to. Let me put that link back up here one more time. All right.
John, what's up, brother? You doing all right? Daddy's home. You don't have to worry. I'm sorry. I'm done with it now. I don't mean to jack your stream.
Well, I guess I'm the mama.
Sheena's talking smack about John too. I'm sorry. Y'all go back and talk about the plants and stuff y'all were growing. I don't mean to.
That's not a problem. Not a problem.
Jack everything.
Oh, I was meaning to ask you. You mentioned something about being able to find everything. This is for Danny. You mentioned you being able to find everything you needed down there in Louisiana, right? Except for a wife.
Except for what?
Except for a wife. Did I get that right, or did I mishear that?
No, I do have a wife, unfortunately.
You said you had to go out of state to find her.
Yes, I did.
Right. Don't say it just yet. Don't say it just yet. We're going to have a little contest here. Jeff, do you know where Sheena's from?
Yeah.
Yeah, he does.
See, you can't play. All right.
Hopefully.
Everybody else in the comment section, really quick, put in your guess. Put in your guess where Sheena is from. Because we've heard her talk. And now we're going to find out, where is Sheena from? All right. So everybody put your guess down there in the comments real quick.
Yeah.
All right.
No, I'm not drinking that.
If Sheena can just sort of squeeze in here and say something real quick. Let's hear your natural accent. Don't put on a fake one for us.
You want me to speak?
I want Sheena to talk really quick so we can hear her.
Squeeze.
What do you sound like whenever you're down home and comfortable?
What do you want me to say?
Anything that comes to mind. You don't have to say anything in particular. Just
tell them how good of a husband I am.
Como ça va, YouTube? No, I don't know.
Como ça va? All right. Well, if that's the case, then that's going to put you up in Canada.
Yeah.
I didn't hear A.
My patients guess I'm from all over. They guess all kinds of places. So.
All right. Everybody's had an opportunity to put their guesses into the comments. My guess was going to be Arkansas.
No.
I'm wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I'm wrong.
No,
Now,
she has been living in Louisiana for almost 7 years now.
All right. Now, you don't have to tell us. You can keep it a secret.
Oh, no. I've said it. She's from Ohio. I've said it in different videos. I had to go
Oh, my goodness.
almost 1,200 miles away from home to find a good woman. Because, I mean, they can cook.
There was a couple people in the chat that knew it.
Yeah.
Pizza Homestead, the Tin Can Gardener.
Boone's Clueless.
Oh,
I got a little doggy here next to me.
John's poking at Daddy. Let Johnny's gonna have a bad night. Called me a hillbilly. And then Arkansas Woodcutter wanted me on his team so I could take up for him when John's messing with him. And he asked if I'm speaking English in the chat.
People do sometimes do that.
Go put some clothes on. Because
I saw one fellow down there. Apparently he just speaks French. That's it.
Okay, that's it. No, it's not Daddy's turn. Go.
Go get your clothes.
I'm sorry.
That's all right.
He do nothing.
Oh, I'm coming.
There's nothing wrong with a man showing off his treasures.
Thank you.
I didn't want to.
Oh, let me turn this down. How's your pepper plants that you started? They coming up?
So far, so good. Now the ones that I just started, they haven't popped up yet. But the ones that are in the little red solo cups, they're definitely growing. Not a whole lot since the day before yesterday, but they are a little bit bigger.
I started some more seeds today.
I got the temperature. What'd you start?
Tomato seeds and pepper seeds. Pepper seeds, Jeff was just talking about the
Tangerine Dream.
Tangerine Dream.
Compton.
The Tangerine Dream. Man, I got all kinds. Mr. CB had sent me some, and Dream, Apple Crisp, lipstick. No, it's all peppers. Ancient sword peppers. Just
the lipstick ones are good too. Those are a nice sweet one that grow long. They probably get a good 6 inches, 5-6 inches long.
So there is actually a pepper called lipstick.
Yes.
Wow.
I got it as a free pack. When I ordered some seeds, they sent me lipstick peppers, and I grew them, and they were actually really good.
So are they a sweet, or are they a hot, or are they a
sweet?
They're sweet.
Yeah, I don't grow very many hot peppers.
Yeah, I try. I'm gonna grow the yellow starburst peppers. I got those from Eric Hale. I'm gonna grow a couple of those. I'm not a fan of hot peppers, even though Mr. CB sent me some because he wanted to see me suffer with them, and I actually ate 2 of them with no issues. Everybody has Cajun food spicy. I don't find it spicy. I like it seasoned. So, you should be able to eat all kind of hot stuff, but it wasn't bad. Trinidad scorpion peppers he sent me. Sheena took about 2 minutes and she was done. Well, about 45 seconds really.
Yeah, it was.
And she was done with it. I actually ate 2 of them. So
All right, we got Adam's Patch just popped in. Hi, guy. How you doing? I can't talk today. I'm gonna play around with these little control buttons here and see if I can make people show up on different parts of the screen. Let me see here.
There you go.
Yeah, there we go. Now I'm huge. Look at me. I'm the big star. Let me
that's what John needs in his screen. He needs it to where he'll look like an average sized man.
Oh yeah. Sissy peppers like you do. Oh yeah, he's just spoiling for some trouble. Well, John, you can talk and chat, but can you handle coming up here on the panel? Click that link, John.
It's either beard or no beard. It's not half beard, so John don't want to play. Arkansas woodcutter. We're gonna Jeff and I is gonna send you the email. That we'd appreciate that. He put a post in the comment about some seeds from Northern Ireland. He wants to send us.
Cool.
It's up a little bit higher.
All right. I'm a little bit disappointed. There's not more people jumping in here. I should see at least a dozen people backstage. I know you guys have YouTube channels. So it's not like you're camera shy or anything, are you?
Some people are trying to get on the live streams.
I want to get on because I have a beard.
Yeah. Well, there are a lot of live streams going on right now.
Yeah. It's
Well,
fun.
yeah, and I don't even have a if I didn't have this computer from work, I wouldn't even have a camera.
Turn the TV on.
Yeah, this is the webcam that's on my laptop.
Yeah.
I need to get one of these cameras set up. I've got a bunch of them. I've got the camera over here that I've got pointed at the grow lights, and I just got a 50-foot USB mini B cable, so I can take one camera and get it all the way out there and have it pointed at the garden at any given time, which might be kind of fun.
Nice.
Switch it over to that camera view and see what kind of critters are running around there at night eating my produce.
I'm hoping being in town, I won't have as much issues as I did in the country.
No, you never know. In town, you're gonna have raccoons, you're gonna have possums, you're gonna have rats.
Well, we have a lot more cats running around town. In the country, the cats would disappear. When somebody would drop them off, the couple neighbors didn't like them around, so they would disappear.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, they make a big difference, but they get mad because the cats will walk on their cars. But then they cry and complain because we call them Sudis, the little field mice.
Right.
The Sudis will get in their house, and then it's hard for them to get them out. They fight with it. But, they don't want a cat around.
Yeah. Gypsy and Vanilla Grow says anybody on a phone can get on someone's live stream. You don't even need a camera. Really?
Yeah, I think you just can't see the chat, but you can, be on video.
Yeah, you can show up on the video.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can't stream or you can't stream on YouTube from a phone until you hit 1,000, unless you're using something like StreamYard. But you can join a stream.
Yeah.
So, worried about that? Don't worry about it. If you're worried about your channel being too small, don't worry about it. You got one subscriber, you're a celebrity, so it's not a problem.
We're doing pretty good.
You got 100,000 subscribers. Psh, you're just as much of a celebrity, so don't worry about it.
Right.
Nobody too big, nobody too small. You got something to add to the conversation, hop on in here.
Yeah. Jules posted if we had any rabbits. We don't have rabbits in town, Jules. They actually just about wiped the population out 20 years ago. It would you just got big hunting, and the area we in right now is really growing. So the rabbit population's just disappearing. There's not much.
So people are hunting the rabbits?
Oh, yeah. During the wintertime, we eat rabbit. A lot of rabbits. We used to murder them when I was younger. We sit on the back steps of in the country.
Right
And,
back.
you know, we wanted to eat some rice and gravy the next day. We killed 5 or 6 rabbits and clean them that night.
Yeah.
You know, with the spotlight.
We used to have a lot of squirrel.
There's a lot of squirrels and a lot of dove now at the property. Quail. Nobody hunts it anymore, but the rabbits never came back. The quail are so fat they can't hardly take off when they fly away. It's actually funny. They get up, they'll get up a little bit, then they fall back down. They run a little bit, they start flapping again, and then they take off.
Yeah. Mary said something about groundhogs. I got some video shooting to do here before too awful long. I've got a little bit of it set up, but we had a big groundhog problem this past year. In between groundhogs and maybe some pack rats, I don't know exactly which critters were responsible for what, but we lost about 200 pounds of produce.
Wow.
And got a couple of live traps over here that I got to get set up. I don't know if I'll be able to catch them over the winter or not, but we're going to have some fun hunting groundhogs.
We don't have that issue over here. That's one thing we're lucky with. We got to deal with all kind of other bugs. They come out in mass quantities whenever the summertime gets here, and they stay till halfway through winter time. You know, we're always fighting aphids and moths, and there's nothing in the greenhouse. While I've been working in the greenhouse the last 4 or 5 days, I've been picking caterpillars up all over the place. You know, they're already in there. Yeah.
We don't have any caterpillars up here right now, thank goodness.
Well, I actually got a sunburn the last 2 days working outside.
Now you're bragging.
It was 78 day before yesterday, 72 day before yesterday, and 78 today.
Yeah, we have nothing alive outside right now.
I gotta cut grass before I go back to work.
In Ohio, is it snowing up there?
Yeah.
Well, I'm in New York. It's
New York. Okay.
it snowed the other day. It was actually 54 today, but we've already had a nice coating of snow. It just finally melted.
I'm getting my Jeff mixed up.
Yeah. Like Sheena said, we had to put our air conditioner on this afternoon.
All right. Is Carl taking off? Good night, Carl. And I think John said he's coming on here in a little bit.
Oh, he's doing a live stream in about 15 minutes, I think. I got a notification.
Awesome. All right. So the plan is I'll be putting up a link for a live stream come Wednesday. Yeah, it's on Wednesday. A link for a live stream on Wednesday. And I'll put the email address up there, so anybody that wants to share something, just get a hold of me ahead of time so I can schedule you. If you don't want to appear on live, but you've got some content that you'd like to be featured, tell me what you would like to have shown, and I can queue up that that video and put that video up on screen for you. So even if you're not able to actually physically be on the stream and chat with us, like you should with your kitty cats and your doggies and everything else, and your kids running around causing a ruckus, we can still get you some exposure on a weekly live stream and hopefully have a little bit of fun at it. I do too hunt. I just haven't needed to in a while. Jeez. She says I don't hunt. You just haven't seen me hunting, that's all. I do too hunt. Just usually not anything with 4 legs.
Arkansas Woodcut asked if I ran with beneficial insects. I haven't put any in. I have looked into it when I was in the country, trying to in the greenhouse over there, but it was so open, you know, I couldn't keep really anything inside, any ladybugs or stuff. So we will be looking into it over here, possibly adding ladybugs. We want to see how bad the aphids and, you know, stuff like that get inside the smaller greenhouses. We also have a all natural fertilizer schedule we're going to be following. I don't remember offhand what it is. It's 3 things 1 week, 2 things the next week, and then 1 thing the 3rd week, and then you start over again. It's a 3-week process. That's same things as basically it's Hoss tools that we're going to be following there. We'll have 2 different ones. The younger guy, I don't remember his name offhand, but we're going to be following his schedule of spraying to try to prevent the insects and stuff. This is the first year that we actually sprayed on a regular basis. We just used neem oil and BT, rotating every other week with the 3 smaller raised beds we had and the 2 small rows of cucumbers. And it's by far the best production we've got with the least amount of bug issues. So
Right.
we take it a step further and follow it with the extra stuff that they were using. It's a BT, neem oil, copper fungicide, and a couple different things that they use in the process. So we're going to try that this year between the greenhouse and the raised beds in the backyard.
BT, that's the bacteria, right?
It's the bacteria for the worms, right?
Right. Okay, so you basically start this colony of bacteria at your soil, your growing medium, or whatever it is, and that bacteria will feed on the worms.
My understanding is that when you spray it, the bacteria is in the liquid, and when you spray it on the plant, it does get in the soil also. It doesn't kill the moths. The worms have to actually eat part of the plant for it to kill them. They eat part of the plant with the spray on it, and then they die.
I was hearing something about that for cutworms. And you would put that and you spray it out over the area, and then the bacteria would live in the soil, and they go to town killing off all your cutworms and other worms too, I guess. But apparently, after they've done their job and they've killed off all the worms, they don't have a food supply anymore. Then they wind up dying off, and you have to apply more BT.
Well, it also washes off. When it rains or the moisture and stuff on it, that's why they recommend you put it on every 2 to 3 weeks in between. Even in the greenhouse, they recommend, because the bacteria dies off on its own. And I think it's not a living bacteria. It's kind of I'm Cajun. I'm not going to even try to think about it. But
maybe it's a toxin that's produced by a certain bacteria, and that's what you're getting in the spray.
I think so. It's something along those lines.
So if we could find somebody that knew a little bit more about that could tell us how to go about keeping that bacterial culture alive, so that you don't have to keep on buying it over and over again, that would be
it's really not expensive.
I like to find ways to avoid having to buy stuff if I can help it.
Yeah, I understand. And I'm the same way, but in the same sense, if it's going to cost me $15 for the whole year to spray everything, and I don't have to take time away from what I'm doing, I was talking to someone earlier this week about, when I'm building something, the cost to buy the tool and rent the tool as opposed to doing it by hand. I bought a small auger from Harbor Freight when I started building my greenhouse. It would have taken me 2 days with a pulse hole digger to dig the 40-something holes with the greenhouse, as opposed to 2 hours with the auger. To me, it was better off to go buy the auger and use the auger, and I'm done with it. My body's not worn out either. So, to me, the same token, as far as, unless it's super easy to make the stuff, $15 a year is not a big, expenditure to just dump it out and go with it. But it is good to know how to make it if you can. If things happen, you can't get it.
$15 for a space that you're working with, but if you're doing more space, maybe it might be worth it. If you have to cover a few acres.
Well, I'm going to be. We're going to have 300 feet of raised beds, actually 600 foot of rows. With the stuff in the back. The beds are going to be 36 inches wide with 34-inch walkways between. They're trellised up. Each bed has a row of tomatoes, and it starts off on the outside with a row of tomato trellis to hang and single stem all the tomatoes. Then next to it is going to be a cucumber trellis. Then there's the walkway Then there's another cucumber trellis, and it's gonna roll over. I'm gonna bend the pipe, and it's gonna archway across. Then next to that cucumber trellis is gonna be another tomato with the walkway, another tomato, then the cucumber with the arch, and then the tomato. I've been building that. That's why when it got hot, I started doing that instead of working in the greenhouse. I've been working on that, and you know, I haven't showed it a whole bunch. I haven't showed it at all on YouTube since I started putting the pipe on it. I'm saving that for Shed Wars.
Weed Project saying water mix Dawn and water mixtures kill any insects that breathe through the skin. So bees, cockroaches, etc. They basically suffocate. Yeah, but I don't want to kill off bees either. I want to keep the bees.
That's why you got to spray that stuff after the sun goes down.
When the bees aren't moving.
Yep.
Okay, so that would only kill them if it makes contact with them while it's still wet, right?
Yeah, if it dries, it's done. It won't hurt them.
All right. But I don't want to kill off my bees. I need those guys.
Yeah.
Caterpillars in the greenhouse. Danny, how are you with wasp stings? Are you allergic?
I'm not allergic, but I hate them. They hurt bad.
I don't think anybody likes them.
I like them.
Stings?
No, I don't like being stung, but I like the wasps. The wasps are
I
great.
don't mind the wasps as long as they stay away.
I like to put up little stations on posts if I can, with a little bit of shelter so that the wasps have a place to build their nests. They were building them by the front porch and some by the back porch, but I've got some birds that have moved in that ate all the wasps, so I've got to find some way to protect them. But whenever
you wouldn't be building any homes for the wasp over here. They're ridiculous and they're very aggressive.
They can find their own place to build nests, huh?
Yeah, I mean, you pass one place and a week later you pass back and you got a nest that's 6-8 inches across with a couple hundred wasps on it. They're super aggressive around here, and they grow well. It's warm enough, long enough to where it's crazy.
JB says he had wasps just hanging on his tomato stakes this year. Well, that's about they're having plenty of food to eat. They like to go out and hunt caterpillars. That's their number one meal is caterpillars. So if you can tolerate the wasps getting into your greenhouse, they can help you out with the caterpillar issue.
If I could prevent the moths from getting in, that's a big step. We're going to be putting screen around the bottom of the open areas of the greenhouse are going to be screened in to try to prevent, and it's going to be a learning process, not only for the raised beds, but for the greenhouse for the next probably year or two, trying to see, what we have to use and what we can potentially not use. In the back, we're going to be growing in the raised beds. It's 10-inch beds, 10 inches tall. And we're going to be going with basically 100% compost in it. They potash. They have the sugarcane mills around here. It's full of them, and there's a local nursery that's like less than 4 miles from me, and I can go with my dump trailer and pick up 4 yards for $130. It basically fit. And if I got the right person, he'll fill it up till my truck bumper's dragging.
Got 4 yards of compost or 4 yards of sugarcane?
Composted sugarcane. Yeah. Right. And that's what we grew in the front this year with the tomatoes, and it dries out fast. We have to water if it doesn't rain, we have to water every day. It dries out fast, but it does help in the fact that with the amount of rain we get, it doesn't hold enough water to where we're blowing up tomatoes. If we plant in the ground over here, when it rains, the tomato plants drown and die, or the tomatoes take up so much water they split.
Blow up, yeah.
So with the amount of rain and everything we had last year, planted in 100% compost, it worked great. So we're gonna go on with that again this year. We're thinking about adding a little bit of peat moss into the mixture with it, and maybe 1 or 2 rows to see how it works out to retain a little bit more water. But being on the coast from the Gulf, we get a lot of rainstorms in the afternoons, and we're either saturated or in a drought.
Right.
So, and I mean, we have plenty of water available. It's not like we're in Arizona.
Find some way that whenever you get the water, you can hold on to it for the time that you have the drought, but not get completely flooded.
Well,
Jeff, do you use those clay pebbles?
For hydro, yeah.
Right. And
Yeah.
do those hold and absorb water well?
I mean, they're supposedly they're supposed to hold a little bit of water, but I don't think it's enough to really do anything.
So adding those to your soil mix wouldn't be of that much help.
No, I don't think so.
No, you're better off adding perlite to your soil mixtures. The clay pebbles don't absorb water just like perlite. They maintain contact with water. The water will stick to the outside of them.
But it won't get sucked up into it.
You're right, it doesn't absorb into it like the perlite. The more crushed up surface area you have, the more water you hold because there's more surface area. If you take the clay pebble and it's big, it'll hold so much water. If you crush it, it holds less water. I mean, it'll hold even more water. I'm caging in myself. I'm getting all confused.
That's all right. Mark says he's going to add some bentonite to his compost pans. Yeah, the only reason I'm using bentonite is because I can get it just about anywhere. That's what they put in kitty litters. You get unscented, unperfumed, undoctored kitty litter, and you want to add a little bit of clay to your soil, you can throw that in. But ultimately, it's not the best stuff for clay. You want something with some minerals in it if you can get it. But you just can't go into the grocery store or the garden center and pick up a whole bunch of mineral-rich clay. I'm talking with a few people about their idea of what the best clay is to get. And South Texas clay, I think probably Southwest Louisiana might have some of it, that black gumbo stuff.
Oh yeah, we got a lot of it.
Heavy in minerals. Of course, it's not great for people that have nothing but for their soil, but as a component of a complete soil, I think it would be pretty good to have some. Maybe
it does work. And if you add organic matter to it over a couple of years, you start adding it slow, it really does make really great soil to grow in.
Yeah, I bet. It'll expand to at least double its size whenever it gets wet, and then it'll release that water over time. So you have no problems with retaining moisture during those drought periods.
And the issue we have over here is with the rain we have, if there's no organic matter in it, it doesn't drain. So when it rains all the time, it gets saturated and it stays saturated and soggy to where the plants can't breathe.
You get muck.
Yep.
Yeah. So
go ahead.
What's your guess about what the right amount of organic matter would be if you're looking to build the perfect soil? What would you have for organic matter?
If I'm looking at it, 50-50. As far as dependent, let's put it like this. What organic matter are you looking to put in? We put leaves, for a couple of years, we just so happen to have leaves. We put leaves in and it helped, but it broke up fast. It didn't stay long. We added pine saw from a sawmill, sawdust. I added a trailer load of that in probably 100 by 100 garden the year after we put all the leaves in, and that helped. It ended up being about maybe a half inch, but it really helped to fluff the soil up until it broke down. Like I said, as far as the sugarcane compost, I like growing straight in it. Even tilling it in, it does such a great job. At 50-50 or even 75% compost, to where it'll hold a little bit more, but it eventually makes such a great soil.
All right. Hey, so
Jeff, you didn't even say anything about me not watering the stuff outside.
That's for there, and that's for the phone. It's not the outside stuff that you're killing right now. It's the inside stuff.
Hey, it's growing.
Kevin's at work. That guy goes into work, gets on YouTube.
I wish when I was at work we had enough internet to be able to watch YouTube. It's so hard. It's like dial-up back in the 90s at work. It's horrible.
Sung 7 times this year. Oh wow, that's a lot of stings, man.
That's 7 too many.
Oh, there's John. He's going live right now. Look at him.
Yep.
Yeah, all the cool people are here. Don't worry.
All the cool people are over here, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've been wanting to do a project where I try to create the perfect garden soil. That's kind of my unicorn or holy grail or whatever you want to call it. It's coming up with the perfect garden soil. So that video you saw earlier today with the project in the barrel where I'm taking wood chips and introducing a source of nitrogen to them, in this case urea, and breaking them down. I want to get that accelerated to maybe 3 to 4 months time for the organic matter content, which makes a really good organic matter content, lots of nitrogen in it. And then the question is, what percentage of what am I going to put in? And I know I'm going to want some clay, certain percentage of clay. I want a certain percentage of sand. I want to get some crushed dolomite in there, maybe some pelletized gypsum, and maybe about 5% charcoal soaked in some liquid fertilizer as a reservoir, and mix that all together and see if I can get the perfect, the perfect garden soil.
What about hygge culture? You ever tried that?
Yeah.
Have you?
Yeah.
And?
That's where the rat came from. They built a nest in that hygge culture amount. I've been dealing with them ever since. Oh. But I'm sure whenever it's done decomposing all the way down, it's going to have some really nice soil in there.
Yeah.
Because what we've got here is about maybe anywhere from 4 to 18 inches of organic matter on top with a little bit of silt, and then it's silt for about 2.5 feet, and then it's just sand all the way down to bedrock from there.
Ooh.
Wow.
So yeah, any organic matter I can get introduced into it, I'm ahead. Not that there's anything wrong with silt. I mean, there's all kinds of good stuff in there, but the water drains through it so fast that you can have a gully washer and then come back in half an hour and the soil is dry. Just put your finger in it, dry. And whenever you get into summer, you're out there watering 2 or 3 times a day, and I just don't have the time for that. I don't think anybody has the time for that.
No.
But putting all that wood chip on the top of it is, oh, hello, kitty. Pardon my leg. Putting that wood chip over the top of it has done a lot of good for me in keeping the water in. I've only had to water once every other day, and if I got rain, I don't have to water at all for a couple of days, which is a great time saver for me. Leaves me time to goof off in other ways.
Right. Yeah, I'm gonna put drip hose in mine. If I'm still in this house next year, I'm gonna do drip hose in all. I'll say 4 beds that I have.
Right.
One of them is kind of two beds cobbed together with another one at the end. But I'm just gonna try to drip hose it all so that I don't have to worry about it. And I'm gonna get one of them timers that I can actually control with my phone.
Oh,
I can
nice.
see when it's on and it's off, because I go away every weekend, and when there's nobody here to water it, if it's a really hot, dry weekend, it's that you come back and all the plants are wilted, and
right.
So yeah, I'm gonna try that next week or next year, hopefully.
But it doesn't
Yeah.
make sense for it.
Having to go places and do things really puts a cramp in your style if you're having to water constantly. You either find some way to keep your plants watered, or just cross your fingers and hope they're still alive whenever you get back.
Yeah, I mean the thing that I'm looking at's nice. It's like a beehive. It's got a Bluetooth connection, and it can connect to like an app, so that you can, and it'll actually, supposedly it's smart enough to know if it rained, it won't run.
So you have like a weather station connected with it to let it know if it rains or not?
It's supposed to all be built in. So, I mean, that's what I kind of read about it. So I got to see if that's really what it does. But I could still control it. So I know if it rained, then I can just make sure it doesn't run if it doesn't automatically do it. But supposedly it knows, it connects to the Wi-Fi and knows the weather. So we'll see.
We're going to be using the 3/4 inch PVC pipe method with the automatic water. Well, not automatic. I'm going to put the mechanical ones. That way we walk outside, turn them on, and look at them. We do leave very rarely, but we do have to leave every once in a while for a day or two. And my stepdad comes daily to feed the chickens and what have you. So it's not a big deal. And I've used the drip line with the spaces and the emitters and all that. And then I actually bought some soaker hose from Harbor Freight I want to try out. I was supposed to put them out in the cabbage and the broccoli, but I hadn't done it. So we're going to try them for the springtime in those same beds before I put it, just to see how they work, how long they last. I think it was $12 and $15 for a 50-foot soaker hose from Harbor Freight.
See, I got mine at Tractor Supply. It was half that on sale.
It's a soaker hose or it's a drip hose?
It's a soaker hose. Sorry. It's a soaker hose.
Yeah. I had the drip line and with the drip emitters and everything out of the country, and that was a mess. The field mice would get in there and chew on a little piece, and the regulator would get some trash in it, and it wouldn't regulate the pressure, and the lines would be blowing up, and it was a big mess. I mean, it's a great concept if everything's perfect.
Yeah.
If your ground's not level, you put out more water on the lower end side than you do on the higher end side. It's not. They tell you it doesn't do it, but it does. Excuse me. I got 10,000 foot I bought of it because I was going into farming, and I used about 2,000 foot.
And hose doesn't last that long under the best circumstances anyway.
No, you can make 2 years. That's why I bought the big roll. I thought I was going to use it forever. It seemed, I watched YouTube videos and everything, and it seemed great. The only thing is, all the YouTube videos I watched, the land was basically flat. And I mean, we're not on hills or nothing over here, but where I was planting, it sloped down about a foot in 100 feet. It slopes down about a foot, which makes a big difference in the amount of water you're putting at the top as opposed to the bottom.
Right.
The land is sloped almost everywhere you go. They try to slope the land because if it's flat, when it rains, you'll never be able to get on it. It just soaks up water and stays boggy.
Well, all righty. We got time here. 8:09. We've been on for just about an hour now. Hey, not bad. So that's about how long the garden show would last if we were doing it for real. Oh, Joel's for real. If we're doing it for real, right? Joel's kind of talked me into taking over his chat tonight, so I wasn't planning on doing anything. I got a doggy here that's ready to go outside and make some noise and make some messes, I suppose. And here, we'll go ahead and wrap it up. Buddy. Okay, that's the musical talent for the show right there. Yeah, you're gonna go outside.
Thanks for letting me jump on, man. Have a great evening.
Yeah, it was fun.
Great hearing you. Thank you much, Danny. Def,
Right.
Can't talk.
See you guys later.
Ah.
Take it easy.